this webinar. First, before I say much, I'll introduce myself. My name is Nachaki Steven. I'm a consultant here at SunSystems Enterprises Limited. So this webinar, we are going to look at the fixed assets, or rather the asset register in Infor SunSystems. And we're basically going to see how we can manage our assets and also how we can be able to keep track of our fixed assets using Infor SunSystems. So to go to our agenda, very first, we'll let you know who we are as a company, and then we can go ahead and see and have an understanding of the asset register and what it entails. And we're also going to have a short demo. And then after that, we'll have a Q&A session where you can be able to answer your questions, any question that you might have. So as SunSystems, SunSystems Enterprises Limited is an IT consulting company. We partner with like-minded entities such as Infor and Sage, so that we can be able to provide business management software solutions to our clients. And of course, we are gold partners with Infor, who SunSystems is one of their products. So we have over 15 years of experience, and we have a clientele base of over 80 customers, and these are customers found within East Africa and beyond. We also have our offices, which are found here in Kenya and also in Uganda, that is Nairobi, Kenya, and Kampala, Uganda. And as SunSystems, our customer satisfaction is and service delivery is our main priority. And this is why just apart from having a dedicated customer support, we also offer training services to our clients. And of course, this has been made possible by our very able team of professionals who work with us here at SunSystems. Now, at SunSystems, our services are, as you can see on the screen. First, we do IT consultancy and training. We also have software development programs and management consultancy. We also do financial analysis, investment advisory, and business planning. So displayed on our screen are the list of the products that we offer. And very first, as you can see, we have Infor SunSystems. And this is basically a modern and comprehensive financial accounting management solution designed to help international enterprises and also fast-growing companies so that they can be able to handle their complex financial activities on a day-to-day basis. We also have Infor Operating Services, or Infor OS. This serves as a platform for digital transformation, and it's a central point for an enterprise's ecosystem where you can be able to automate, anticipate, predict, and also inform stakeholders on everything that they are doing in the organization as a whole. We also have Infor Enterprise Asset Management, and this is a software that its core focus is on keeping an accurate, detailed database of all the fixed assets. And when I say this, I mean including all the characteristics of these assets, their history since they were acquired in the organization, how they have been performing, and as well any other regulatory document that might be relating to these particular assets. We also have Infodynamics Enterprise Performance Management, or DEPM. And this is a performance management platform which is specifically designed to improve the operational performance of any organization that may be using this particular system. We also have Info ERP, or Sightline, and this is an end-to-end solution that provides a comprehensive functionality which is suitable for any process mode. And this is from the make to order process, or the make to stock, or engineer to order processes, as you can relate to this when you are dealing with the manufacturing and assembling entities. We also have Info, not Info, we also have what we call the e-procurement system. And just by the name, e-procurement system, this is an electronic procurement system where it is an in-house built and designed by our able team here at SunSystems system. And this is a system that can be integrated seamlessly with their financial management system, and it offers a flexible way and can be customized to meet your needs and requirements. And this will allow you to procure, to plan, and generate POs electronically through the web interface. And through this, you can be able to eliminate the paperwork of manual systems, and thus you can be able to optimize on your procurement processes as an organization. We also offer customized solutions to business and organizations, where we do software development for any business or organization depending on their area of need. And this includes bank interfaces or payroll interfaces, among others. We also have Sage Financial, HR, and Payroll as one of our products. And this is a comprehensive business management solution which is built at the most flexible and expandable architecture, where it offers all the features that you might expect from a powerful software solution. And another advantage is that it also have an additional feature which is well suited for companies managing multiple businesses. And last, we have Infor Query and Analysis, or Info Q&A. And basically, this is a reporting tool, which is an Excel add-on, which can be able to extract reports or also send data or other information to Infor SunSystems. Going ahead, as you can see, we have our contacts where you can be able to reach us in case of any information that you might require or any other inquiries. And as displayed on your screen, our office here in Kenya, we have our contacts, as you can see, and also our contacts for the office, which is based in Uganda, that is Kampala. The contacts are also shared on your screen. We also have our email, which is info@flagzem.com, and our website, where you can be able to reach us out. You can be able to see more about our products and engage with us, or you can also use our social media handles, that is Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, so that we can just be able to interact with you. And if there is any more information that you might require, you can also do the same. So at this juncture, I want to welcome you again and then hand you over to my colleague, Mr. Brian, who will be able to take you through the next stage of this webinar. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Stephen, for that big intro about our company, Flaxem. We shall go straight ahead to the presentation for today. So we shall look at the fixed asset module, SunSystems. It is included in a financial suite. SunSystem, it's divided into two suites, the financials and the order fulfillment. Under the financials, there's a general ledger, there's fixed asset, and there's corporate allocation. And in the order fulfillment, there's PO, there's sales, and the inventory. So today we shall mainly focus on the asset module. As you can see on your screen, these are the life cycle that the asset can undergo. There's the planning phase. This is where you can just budget for your fixed asset, depending on what it may be. It may be furniture, or it may be machinery, or it may be a vehicle. So depending on what the organization wants, you'll have to go through the planning phase. And after that, there's acquisition. This is where you can do also capitalization of your asset. The next stage we shall look at, it's the depreciation, which is under the maintenance, where also if your asset increases value, like for example land, you can do asset valuation. And after that, we shall look at the disposal. So straight ahead, a fixed asset can be land, as I said earlier, furniture, building, equipment, vehicles. Here is just to increase efficiency of the organization or increase the organization value. So what are the features that are in this module? So it is fully integrated with SunSystems Ledger. Whatever you do or whatever activity that is performed on the fixed asset module, it's also affected at the ledger. So also it allows multi-currency environment in which you can do capitalization or depreciation using different transactions. Let me say using different currencies. For example, you can have USD, you can have GDP, also you can have Kenyan currency. So after that, it also has asset details in which you'll be able to see any static details of the asset. Before you, there's a screen. This is the screen for asset note, where you can capture any other features or any additional information for your asset, in which I will show you in the time of demo. So another feature, you can have your asset class or create an asset class where you can categorize your asset depending on the, for example, you can categorize your machineries, you can categorize your furniture, categorize your vehicles, just for easier identification. And also, another advantage of an asset class is that you can decide to capture predefined values so that whenever you are creating an asset, you just click the asset class, and the predefined value will also be displayed on your asset. Another feature, it enables you to have automated depreciation. So what you need to do is just set up the depreciation method, depreciation percentage, and all you need to do is just click button, and the system will do calculation for you. So other features also, you can be able to see or it contains depreciation accounts and other depreciation details. Also, you can decide, you can capture the final value of the asset. Either this can be either before depreciation or the value the value below which depreciation is not calculated. Let me say this can be the scrap value. You can decide also to capture that so that when you do your depreciation, it will do minus that the scrap value. So you can also be able to see the general asset status, in which you can be able to perform you can be able to perform an asset query, you'll be able to see all the details. Also, there's asset status, which can be see the status of the asset if it's depreciated or if it's disposed or active. So this is the screen for your fixed asset module in SunSystem. And as you can see, where we have highlighted is an asset disposal. So this is the function that you use to dispose of your assets. So the first one is the asset disposal. This is where you can decide to do your asset disposal for a particular asset. And also there's below that, there's asset part disposal. This is where you can do a part disposal. Applies when you have used your an asset quantity. For example, you have purchased or you have captured your asset uh, in bulk, and you want to just capture them in one asset code. So there's a feature known as, there's a function that you use asset quantity. So whenever you do an asset disposal, you can come select the amount of the amount from that quantity that you want to dispose. So there's asset disposal selection. This is where you can decide a range of assets that you want to dispose, and that also will help you to be efficient in your work. So you can be able to see the sum of features. You'll be able to see, you'll be able to see, you'll be able to do an asset inquiry, or you can do specify the ranges of the assets that you want to see. Also, you can be able to see the asset disposal listing report, and be able to see asset register listing report. You can be able to see the asset depreciation calculation report. You can be able to see the asset status report and the asset record setup. So what are the benefits of using this module? First of all, as an organization, you can have a clean coded asset register in which you can arrange your asset either according to alphabetic order or according to sequences, or you can have your asset, let's say you can have or define your assets where, for example, a function like a furniture can have starting from codes F, or your computers can start from code C. So depending on how your organization want to capture your asset. So another one, you can be able to extract up-to-date reports on the asset and be able to see all the transactions that has occurred. Also, you can be able to do forecasting of the expenditure, the budgeting of the same. You can be able to get rid of manual calculations. As I said earlier, you can do automatic depreciation, even disposal, the system will calculate for you. All this will increase efficiency. So, on to a demo today. So this is the screen of the asset module. Let me start from the left. There's asset depreciation. This is a category for the asset depreciation. So you'll have all the function of the depreciations under there. The next one is the asset disposal. This one I've already discussed during the slides. So we have the asset register. This is where it contains the asset class. The asset record is where you create your asset. The asset status report, you can be able to check the status of the asset. You can do the asset inquiry. And the next one, it will be the asset distribution configuration. And here you can decide, here you find the functions where, for example, in an organization, you have 13 periods and only use the 12 periods of the calendar, and 13 periods just to capture the end year adjustment. So you can come and define them under the depreciation table timing rule, so that when you do depreciation, it won't pick up to the 13 period, but up to the 12 period. Another thing also you can be able to see below there is asset budget depreciation. Sorry, asset budget details. Here you can be able to capture the budget of the asset. For example, just let's just mention the benefits. Just you can do forecast future depreciation of the same, and also it allows you to capture up to 10 budget ledgers. So you can be able to define from B to K, and also you can be able to experiment with alternative depreciation, and also you can be able to maintain taxation value. So we shall just go ahead, open our tab, the asset records. So this is the screen where you create your asset, but for our sake today, we already have one. I'll just capture it. So as you can see, you have the depreciation accounts and any other fields. For example, you can also define when your depreciation period to start. Let me just focus on the major ones. So you can also have to decide, you can do the analysis or capture your asset using different analysis just for the purpose of identification for which this asset belongs to which analysis code. So there's value one. This is the base currency. So you can see also we have also defined the depreciation method. For value two, this is the transaction currency, where you also attach your asset currency code. So for value three, this is the reporting currency. So this will take as the way you have defined in your business unit. So it will also appear for value one, value two, and value three. So we shall go straight ahead. We do asset capitalization. So in SunSystems, you can do asset capitalization in three ways. You can do a ledger entry, and where you capture the required codes and attach the asset indicator. You can also do ledger entry, ledger import, where you can import, for example, you have batch number of assets, which coming here capturing one by one will be tiresome. So you just do ledger import, and you'll be able to create them and also capitalize them. Another thing, you can be able also to use the purchase order entry. And in our case, that's the way that we will use. But I won't start from the beginning. I'll just start from the invoice part or invoice stage. We capitalize our asset. Then from there, we shall do the depreciation. Let me just open another tab, do the invoice. So here we just capture a PO reference. That's our asset. Just go generate an invoice. For this stage, we had identified that we shall capture asset code during invoice matching. So we can capture asset code. That's our asset. So I shall go ahead, match, then confirm. Match. So you can see it's a computer for your, let's say, department. And the quantity is 5. So we are using asset quantity. As you can see, the journal has been posted. The report is opening on the background, but let us go straight ahead back to our asset record, refresh the tab. As you can see, asset quantity is 5. On value 1, so is also updated, same as up to value 3. Now, as we all know, when you use an asset, for example, fixed assets, machineries, furnitures, they all go through wear and tear. So it's bound to depreciate. What you need to do now is capture or define the depreciation period. You just amend here. Here the start period. You'll capture the period in which the depreciation should start. For sake, let us just start from period 1, 23, so that you may be able to see how to depreciate over the 3 periods. That's just to inform you that you're just information. That's so there's this part, the asset depreciation calculation. What you need to do is just capture your asset code, and if you have a range of assets, also you can define from asset code to this 2. So it won't limit you just to depreciating one asset. You can also capture analysis dimension that you use for depreciation. Capture the period in which you're depreciating to. let's just post it directly. So there are other accounts. This is when, if you haven't defined it on your asset, it will pick these ones. So as you can see, this is the asset depreciation calculation listing, in which it will show you from period 1, period 2, and period 3. You'll also be able to see the figures or the amounts. This is the general listing, detailed listing. Also, it will show you from period 1 to period 3 the accounts affected. So we shall go back to our asset, refresh, so that you may see the changes that are occurred. As you can also see, the last period as updated. This is the period in which, up to which you are depreciated your asset. Shall go back to value 1. You can see our asset value has reduced, where you can see from the net value it has reduced. The depreciation values, this is the value in which it has depreciated with. It also applies across to the transaction currency and also to the reporting currency. The next stage, or let me just show you a few things just briefly. So you can capture any additional information that of the asset, for example, which you can't have defined it here. So this information come under asset note. You're able to see ours. As you can see, this what you've defined. This it is a computer Dell XPS. You can have the serial number there and other descriptions for the same. Under there, you can also capture the purchase date, the insurance details. You can also capture the disposal details. You can capture any financial, if it's asset finance details, and then other related details, the same. I'll go back and cancel that. I'll close that. You can see also below there, there's asset posting presets. So here you can decide to capture so that this asset you can pre-fill or let's say predefine some details in which, let's say, the asset, if it was a vehicle, it is used by different departments. Here you can be able to set depreciation values or factors. There's a feature, let me just open and just preview just briefly, where you can capture the factor where you apportion the depreciation according or across the departments. You can also capture the analysis code required under the asset subcode. So there's a asset budget details. Here you'll be able to capture your asset budget details. As I said earlier, this is where you can come do, for example, capitalization, experiment using different depreciation methods, or you can depreciate your asset under the budget ledger, as you can see in budget code B, and come and compare the same when you do it in actuals and see if the value tallies. So shall go ahead, do the next stage, which is asset disposal. Let's say in your organization, or let's say one of the assets that you purchased and captured it in the system After a while, let's say it got spoiled, and you want to update it, to upgrade, like get a new one, you can dispose of the same. So what you normally do, come back to the fixed asset record. You'll amend. There's this section. You mark it ready for disposal. And under the disposal, there's this part disposal. You just have to specify the period. For sec, it's period 3. And we'll dispose 2 out of the 5. Shall go and do the asset part disposal. Just capture your asset code, specify the quantity, the period. It has been captured automatically because you also defined it on the asset record. Here you will be required to capture your disposal account. That's ours. Shall go ahead, post it. We'll also be required to capture the disposal suspense account. And just post it. You can see the journal has been posted. As the report opens, let me go back to a fixed asset. The report is there. As you can see, these are the accounts that have been affected. This is the asset disposal listing. Yeah, and if I just mention, these reports can be customized according to your organization, color schemes or specifications. If I go back to the fixed asset record and refresh the tab, be able to see we're just remaining with 3 quantities out of the 5 which we disposed the 2. Now just do the asset inquiry. So maybe we will see the asset inquiry. And just to mention, you can use Infor QA or query analysis. You can be able to extract all this detail, or you can be able to extract the details related under the asset code. So you'll be able to see the right from the initial or the capitalization, you can be able to see all the depreciation that has occurred and up to the disposal of the 2. So I can just scroll, you'll be able to see the fields and the amounts, even the journal numbers, the journal lines. I'll go back to a fixed asset record. And here, I just go back to value 1. Remember when I told you about the final value? So this is where it is captured. Under the depreciation setting, you can capture the final value or the scrap value, so that when you run depreciation, it will be calculated minus this value. So that's all I had for you today. I'll hand it over to my colleague, Mr. Stephen.
Thank you. Thank you, Brian, for that illustrative demo. on the asset register. So at this point, we have reached our very next session, where you can now feel free to ask your questions where you did not understand. Maybe you want a recap or just a clarification on something. You can always raise up your hand using the raise hand icon, or you can just use the chat function where you can type in your questions or your clarifications, and then we can get back to you. So feel free. This is the time that you can now speak to us and we can interact and get to see what you've grasped from this webinar. So you can always find us through the contact that I shared earlier, our Nairobi office or our Ugandan office. And as you can see, we have our email there on your screen, our website, and our social media accounts. You can always use that to reach out to us. But in the meanwhile, continue. You can ask your questions, and then we can get back to you on the same. Just feel free to ask the questions. It will be good if it is an interactive session. So I'm just urging you to say what you feel, any question that you might have, or any burning issue that you might need clarification. Always feel free to speak out. Yes, I can see there is a comment from Weekly Fodera. And he's asking that the comment is, good morning. Does FlagZem system make entry for assets information on the asset records on behalf of clients? Of course, what we do is training on how to use Infor SunSystems. So once you are conversant with the system, this is something that as an employee of our clients, you can always do these entries because we do training on how to use the system, and that is the one of the main purpose of us being here, is providing assistance to our clients. I have from Mugambi Peter, great presentation. Thank you from Mugambi. We have Elivas. Good morning. Can the asset register be customized further depending on the need of the? Yes, of course. These module can be customized depending on your asset management processes. What you need to do is just to provide the relevant information that you might need for the customization. And of course, this can be done from the reports to the feeds that you might require to capture the various information about the asset. We also have from Gambia again. Are we able to monitor the inventory in the fixed asset module? If you are talking about the inventory of assets, that is the number of assets that are available in the asset register. This can always be done. As you saw, we have the reports, which can be able to generate the various data that you require from the asset register, or rather the asset module. So if you are talking about inventory of fixed assets, of course, that can be done. Yeah. Okay, for the consumables, or for these, we have in SunSystems, we have what we call the financials, and we have what we also call the order fulfillment. So this is captured under a different module of SunSystem, where you can be able to have a follow-up, or you can be able to see the progress of your inventory values in SunSystems. Of course, this is another, it is in SunSystem, but it is another module where you can be able to track the inventories of what you're talking about. But it's a good question. It's a good question. At least you are thinking outside the box, but unfortunately, it's not under our today's coverage. Yes, any other person? Always feel free to talk, to speak out. Feel free to chat, write the comments, and then we can always get back to you. You can also just express your feelings on how the demo was. You can even just do a simple appreciation. If you feel it was a very informative and elaborative to you, you can always feel free to do the same. Maybe one last person, this last chance. Okay, so I guess this silence means that we've satisfied whatever you might. Okay, there's another question or rather comment. Please share the presentations on email. For these webinars, we normally do the posting on our YouTube channel. So you can always, you can always go and search these videos on our YouTube channel. And of course, also if you need through the email as you are specifying, this can be done. There are arrangements that can be made, then can be shared to you via your email. But of course, we also have these postings of these webinars on our YouTube channel. So you can always visit and you can get more insights from the same on our videos shared on the channel. So any other concern or other? Okay, from Zoya, demo, great demo, straight to the point. Thank you for that comment. It's good to see that you are getting what you are trying to disseminate to you. All right, Mugambi, thank you. Also, thank you for your inquiry. Okay, so Peter, as you can see, there's someone who was unmuted. If you have unmuted and you want to speak, kindly go ahead. Rebecca, I can see your mic was unmuted, so if you wish to speak, you can go ahead. Okay, thank you, Shifra. Thank you. Also, Terry, thank you for your comment. Mohammed Abdi, also thank you for the same. All right, at this point, I wish to go to our next session, where I will just like to inform to you that we have an event that is coming up, and that is from 15th of May to 19th of May, 2023. And this event will be Infor's SunSystem online training. So you feel welcome on the same. If you wish to see more information about the same, you can always reach us through our contacts. You can call us through our direct line on the office, which it is shared, or you can reach us through the email, or of course, you can always go ahead and talk to us through our portal on the web, or any other social media account that you which is owned by Flagzem. That is Facebook, which is Flagzem Systems, Twitter, Flagzem Systems, and LinkedIn, Flagzem System Enterprises Limited. So feel free, any inquiry, you can always reach to us. And we are really welcoming you for this particular training, because these trainings are very equipmentive, where you can always learn something. You can always sharpen your skills on how you can be able to use SunSystems. All right. At this point, I'd like to thank everyone, especially you who have created time to attend this particular webinar. Our clients, thank you very much for sparing time so that we can be able to attend this, and also directing the same to our prospective clients. Thank you very much for sparing your time to have this informative session with us. And without forgetting, I'd also like to thank the team here at Flagzem, who put the efforts together to cooperate to make sure that this day has to be successful. And also, without forgetting our technical director, Mr. Issa, based in Uganda. I also want to pass special thanks to him. And the same also extends to our CEO, Madam Mariam. All these are the people who have given this particular environment so that we can be able to have sessions like these, inform our clients and our prospective clients on the products that we offer and the benefits that can accrue from using them. So once again, thank you for your time. And I would like to wish you a very, very productive moments after this. And until I will meet again, be blessed. Thank you.